All right, so this particular project is in my world somewhere around 7 years old. We're over at 2400 Victory Drive in Flower Mound. Flower Mound historically has never allowed self-storage into the city of Flower Mound. So all the storages you see around here are in different points. One is in Highland Village, one is in Louisville. So they actually build the storages in other areas. Somebody was able to come in and build this project maybe 10 years ago, but absolutely knew nothing about what he was doing. And so initially, he builds a property. There's a car wash here on the front, and you have FM 407 that runs east and west. And so he built the storage exactly behind the car wash. So I don't know if you noticed whenever you pulled in, you cannot see the self-storage from off of the road. And so you started a project that was 100% invisible from day one. That's one of the things that the city wanted. They didn't want anybody to be able to see the project. So he built it, had it called Fortress Self-Storage because it was a fortress style project, but he was never able to rent any units. And so he had it for a period of time, and after owning it for a period of time, he couldn't even make the bank payments, and so the property was a failed asset. And so the bank took it back. And so they had no idea what to do. And so they hired just a young couple to come in here and just try to do some stuff with it, and just failed miserably. The bank put it on the market and tried for a long time to get a buyer, but the bank wanted too much money. And so lots of buyers came in, they all had interest, nobody could take it. And so finally, one of my investors came in. They bought 4 properties all at the same time. The bank did a sweetheart deal for them where they essentially gave them the property with no equity. So they did 100% financing and gave them $200,000 to make improvements on the property. So we took over the property with essentially zero equity, $200,000 of extra money from the bank, and began to run a failed asset. And so what I want to do is show you some of the things we did in this particular property and show you some of the reasons why it never sold. There was a lot of people who looked at it, a lot of people had interest, nobody would buy it based on the issues that I'm going to show you as we walk through the property.